Okay. You can repeat after me. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante. Mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Translation. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Purport. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya and who knows how to apply these teachings can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. All Vedic literature agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods. In the Atharvaved Gopal Tapani Upanishad 1.24, it is said, Yo Brahmanam Vidudhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedamscha Gapayati Sma Krishna. It was Krishna who in the beginning being instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again, the Narayana Upanishad says, Atha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayata Prajaha Srijayeti. Then the Supreme Personality of Narayan desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues, Narayanat Brahma Jayate, Narayanat Prajapatihi Prajayate, Narayanat Indro Jayate, Narayanat Astau Vashavo Jayante, Narayanat Ekadasha Rudra Jayante, Narayana Dvadashadityaha. From Narayana, Brahma is born, and from Narayana, the Patriarchs are also born. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. And this Narayana is an expansion of Krishna. It is said in the same Vedas, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. The son of Devaki, Krishna, is the Supreme Personality. Narayana Upanishad 4. Then it is said, Eko vai Narayana asin brahmana isha shano napo nagni somau neme dvay dyavo aprithvi na nakshatrani na suryaha. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no heaven and earth, no stars in the sky, no sun. Mahapanishad 1.2. In the Mahapanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. In the Moksha Dharma section of the Mahabharata, Krishna also says, Prajapatim cha rudram chapi aham eva sajami vai tauhimam na vijanito mama maya vimohitau. Patriarch Shiva and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me, because they are deluded by my illusory energy. In the Varaha Purana, it is also said, Narayana paro deva tasma jata chaturmukha tasma drudra bhavad devaha sacha sarva agnatam gataha. Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born. Lord Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says, because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me, no one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way, from a bona fide spiritual master, with references from Vedic literature, engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes a truly learned man. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna conscious person should be bewildered a Krishna conscious person should not be bewildered with fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretations on Bhagavad Gita and proceed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness. This is everything emanates from Krishna. He is Swayam Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is only Krishna who says this about himself. However, Srila Prabhupada provides numerous quotations from Vedic literature to support Krishna's statement. It is not only Krishna who says this about himself. However, it is not only Krishna who says this about himself. However, and Srila Prabhupada provides numerous quotations from Vedic literature to support Krishna. Okay. In his purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that one who understands Krishna perfectly from a bona fide spiritual master will worship him with great love and attention. This knowledge of his greatness leads to full surrender, and full surrender is followed by bhava, love. How do devotees worship Krishna with all their hearts? When it talks about Matchitta madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam kathayantasya mam bhaktya tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Let's go. So this is a very beautiful verse. And yeah, Aham Sarvasya Brahma Bhakta Sabam Bhavati. The next verse is actually also very amazing. So these verses are actually called Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. So these 4 verses are actually the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So 10.8, 9, 10, and 11. So they are called Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. Actually. So there is Chatushloki Srimad Bhagavatam, the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. So this carries essence. So text 8. Text 9, text 11, see, text 10 says, Krishna's devotee understand him not only by hearing about him, but also because Krishna enters their hearts and reveals himself to them. So Srila Thakur has defined Buddha Yoga as Krishna's direct inspiration. No, not this. Baldev Bhushan comments that Madgata Prana indicates that Krishna is the life of his devotees. They cannot live without him. Any more than a fish can live when taken out of water. Krishna is the life, and Krishna Katha, talking about Krishna is the nourishment. Because devotees converse about Krishna when comes in great love. They loudly chant Krishna's name and discuss his pastimes, forms, and attributes. Pure devotee attraction to Krishna is as natural as the attraction between young boys and girls. Now that Krishna has described the worship of his devotees, he will explain the separation with them. So, you see, in this verse, Krishna is claiming that everything emanating from me. So I was talking the other day to some students. I was saying that, see, if somebody goes to a car, finds a car, then he cannot say that, okay, this car belongs to nobody, just lying, and you cannot just take it also. So just because you just find something and you may not know its owner, that doesn't mean that it is of no one's, right? If you take that car and you somehow able to start and get it with you and you keep it at your house, probably some police will come and take you then because that's not yours, so it belongs to somebody. Just because it is not known to you that who is the owner of this car, it doesn't mean that car has no owner. The same way in this world, you see, like say this building we have here, car is there, you walk and someone's garden is there, tree is there. We know that it belongs to, we know, we understand it belongs to somebody, right? Owner. So now, when we talk about this cosmos and we talk about this whole world, material world, the mountains and sun and moon, now just because you may not know, you don't have understanding, that doesn't mean they don't have owner. The Lord claims, Isha Vashamidam Sarvam. So Lord is the owner of everything. And he's saying, Aham Sarvas Parvo Matta Sarvam Brahmatati. He's claiming, right? So Lord is claiming. So Prabhupada says that in absence of the proof of the owner, You don't have who is the owner. You don't know who is the owner, and you don't have any proof also about. First of all, you don't know only who is the owner. Forget about proof. But here Krishna is actually claiming that I am the owner. The first thing. And also there are so many proofs. There are so many proofs in the sense that Krishna actually showing the Vishwarup darshan. Krishna is also lifting the golden. He's actually revealing himself as the Supreme Lord also. He's opening the mouth in front of Mother Shoda and showing all the universes within him. He's also showing to Markandeya Rishi how he's everything is within him. That's how Markandeya Rishi goes inside Krishna's mouth, then he again finds all that annihilation and all the universes there inside the belly of Krishna also. So now, so Krishna claims and Krishna can prove also both, right? But if you go to some, but in this world, people they don't have anybody. In this world, you don't find anybody who can claim that I am the owner of all this. I'm the owner of sun and moon and mountain, entire cosmos. Nobody can claim like that. Nobody can claim ownership. And even if somebody claims foolishly, he cannot prove. You slap that fellow, he'll fall on the ground. You cannot prove this. So that's why it's very important to be very convinced about Krishna being the owner of this entire material and spiritual world. By believing in Krishna's statements and also believing in the great acharyas, Guru Parampara, those who are giving this knowledge also, and understanding by Krishna's different pastimes, as I mentioned some of them, that how Krishna is also revealing or proving himself as the Supreme Lord, like that. And so many verses come here that how from Krishna only all these different personalities have come, Brahma, Rudra, Prachetas, is clearly mentioned. You can see that. So through scriptures, you can come to know. So many references are there for Krishna's supremacy. So first is to understand Krishna's supremacy, because if you don't accept Krishna's supremacy, then the knowledge what we receive from Krishna will not have much importance to us. It will not able to take it properly. That's why Prabhupada says in Gita that at least one should accept Krishna theoretically as Supreme Personality of God. Nirana Swami Maharaj was saying this. So he told, okay, then I accepted like that because I was not aware. And then he accepted, then he started understanding Gita. He was understanding Gita. And he told that I finished Bhagavad Gita and Gita finished me. He was saying like that. Yeah. So you accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. You begin devotional service. Then you'll be able to understand also how Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is first thing. So that is called Sambandha Gyan. That means knowing Krishna's supremacy, knowing our relationship with Krishna, knowing how we are trapped in this material world because of the influence of illusory energy, and how we can come out. So all that is part of Sambandha Gyan. So when we are very much nicely fixed in Sambandha Gyan, then Abhideya becomes powerful. That's why he's saying, Iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samandvitaha. Once you understand this, how Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from him everything is emanating, the material nature is working under his direction, and by surrendering to Krishna only we can overcome Maya. So all that Sambandha Gyan, when we know this, then we will simply engage with full heart in devotional service. So why sometimes our devotional service is not hearty? We are not heartily able to serve and engage in devotional service because still we lack that conviction of Krishna's supremacy. Krishna is the controller of everything. He's the controller of my destiny. He's the controller of my situations. He's a supreme, omnipotent, omniscient personality. So because we lack that, that's why when we have so many varieties of attachments, and then we think that, oh, I'm in control, I'm the doer. We have anxieties. All that will be there. That is all because of our lack of faith in Krishna. My father would often say to my mother, he'd say that, "Arey, Bhagwan pe vishwas rakho." Bhagwan hai, Bhagwan pe thoda vishwas rakho, like that. So he would say like that, Bhagwan pe vishwas rakho, because my mother would become anxious about things. So there is a connection. When we become anxious, when we start into so much of fear, and we get anxiety. And then we also start thinking that, oh, it should happen this way, or how this will happen, that will happen. So many things. That's why you see when we are chanting, then we are not able to heartily chant. Why? Because we are not understanding that actually Krishna is in control of everything. If I take shelter of Krishna, then I'm completely uh, you know completely under the safe custody of Krishna, and then Krishna will chalk out the course of my life, and that will the best course of my life. So that conviction, if it's there, then how we just simply take shelter of Krishna very nicely, like that. So this is a very nice verse, because it actually talks about how we can perform devotional service with full heart when we have this full conviction of Krishna's supremacy, like that. Prabhupada says, in I think 13th chapter of 10th canto also, that everything moving is under everything in this world is moving under the direction of the Lord. Understanding this is Krishna consciousness. Having that conviction and understanding is actually Krishna consciousness. So whatever you find, is happening in this world is all actually under the direction of the Lord. So once Prithu Prabhu we were walking with him, and then at least he stopped and he said, "Wait, hear this bird chirping. The construction sound coming. Some people talking. All that is under the, and everything is moving under the will of the Lord. Everything is moving under the sanction of the Lord. Krishna is the control. Once you understand this, you become completely peaceful. You become sober, and you can simply engage in devotional service very nicely. But when we lack that understanding, then we start, mourning, fighting, lamenting, being anxious, being fearful, all that will happen. Right? So that's why this conviction has to be increased. Krishna's supremacy. Sometimes we read these kinds of verses, where Krishna is the source of all, and all. You may think, "Arey, this sab kya hai?" This is not so much I am able to like. I am getting bored. No, actually, these are very important, because we are not. Sometimes we are not accepting full conviction. Prabhupada said, if you accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality Godhead, 100%, in 18 days we'll conquer over this entire world, entire material world. 18 days we'll conquer over this entire material world. Whole world we can make Krishna conscious. So powerful it is. So this conviction is so vital, so important. So this kind of verses actually can help us understand Krishna's supremacy. And by engaging in devotional service, more you get purified, more you will also accept Krishna's supremacy. So by performance of devotional service also, we develop that Shraddha in Krishna's supremacy, because devotee can experience Krishna very strongly in his heart, and that's there's absolute truth established in the heart of a devotee by performance of devotional service, like that. So that will happen by performance of devotional service only. But the point is, the more we are convinced of this, the more we will able to engage also in devotional service. And more you properly engage in devotional service, the you'll get conviction. That way it helps both ways, like that. So yes. So any reflection anybody has? No reflection?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My reflection is, thank you so much actually for this good class. At least I can say from my side, I always lack the conviction that Krishna is the controller of my destiny, controller of all the situations in my life actually. That illusion of I'm the doer, I should be the controller is there actually. At times when I get that feeling, but most of the time I mean, I forget the fact that, okay, Krishna is the controller.
Prabhupada writes a very nice point. I will show you. This is Krishna is the ultimate sanctioning officer. It's very nice. Sanction. See, read this, Prabhu. Can you read? Srinivasan, Prabhu. Read this highlighted portion. Haribo, somebody can read.
We should know for certain that the Lord is the ultimate sanctioning officer, and we must therefore dedicate our attempts to the mercy of the Lord for ultimate success, or to get rid of the obstacles on the path of success.
Read this also.
The Lord is all pervading, all powerful, omniscient, and omnipresent. He is the ultimate sanctioning agent of all good or bad effects.
So this is the point. So he is the ultimate sanctioning officer. Very nice, no? Okay, we'll pause here then. Thank you very much.